Hey everyone, my name is Meredith Stoner, and the book that I chose to do for this assignment was The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I chose this one because it's one of my old favorites, which makes it really easy to talk about. I really love Eric Carle, and I really love how he incorporates what I think is life science into his books. And if you've never read this before, it basically takes you through the life cycle of a caterpillar in a very whimsical way. So on the first page it says, "In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf." So that's the first part of the caterpillar life cycle. It's in an egg. Looking for my assignment. Here it is. And then the second part, let's see. Yep. So the caterpillar hatched. That's the second part of the caterpillar life cycle. And then it takes you all the way through the book, and it shows you all the different foods that he eats. He's eating a bunch of fruit. Let's see what else. He's eating a bunch of human food, which probably isn't very realistic, but it's kind of a dramatic way to tell how a caterpillar goes from, a worm to a butterfly. Yep, he's still eating. He's eating a leaf. Oh my gosh, and then he's big and fat, and he turns into a pupa or a chrysalis. And then after he comes out of the chrysalis, he turns into a big, beautiful butterfly. And that is the end of the caterpillar life cycle. So, like I said, I really, really love that book because I love the way Eric Carle uses illustrations and his storytelling to tell about life science. And the activity that I chose for this book would be probably for about kindergarten or first grade. Maybe if you had some advanced kindergartners, but really I think this would be better for first grade. My printer wasn't working, so I had to improvise. But what I would have my kids do is I would give them this first page, and it says the life cycle of a butterfly, and it's got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there are 4 stages that we're going to focus on. And then I wrote a line right here for them to label the stages. So I'm trying to make this pretty easy for them, but also, some things I kind of wanted to leave up to me or leave up to them. So you can differentiate this assignment as much as you want, because what they're going to do is they're going to take these pictures that you will have ready for them, and they're going to cut them out, and they're going to put them where they go on this life cycle. Now, you're not going to color it for them. They're going to have to do that part themselves, but they're going to cut and paste, and they're going to put them where they think they should go on the life cycle. And down at the bottom, the directions I put were copy the words from the word bank and then put them in the blank where they go. But, for your kids that may not be as advanced, or maybe they're not on grade level, instead, you could have them cut these words out and put them where they go. Or maybe for kids that are super advanced and they love to do art, maybe you could have them even draw pictures of the life cycle and then color them instead of having to cut them out. It's up to you. So you can differentiate this assignment as much as you want to. But, okay, my phone died, but the second question that I wanted to answer was, describe how the science of the hands-on activity ties to the book. So, like I said, the book is kind of a whimsical description, kind of a silly description of how a caterpillar goes through the life cycle of a butterfly. But this assignment that I have prepped for them kind of breaks it down into a more scientific way. The book just kind of gets them curious about it, because most kindergartners or first graders that you have, they might not know anything about a caterpillar. They might not know anything about that life cycle. So the book kind of gets them interested, gets them curious, gets them asking questions. So that would kind of be your hook for the lesson. And then this is where the actual science comes in, because it does talk about the science a little bit in the book, but it doesn't really break it down like this does. And then, like I said, in the book, it actually does talk about the different stages. It doesn't really label or describe them, and it doesn't inherently point them out. So before I release my kids to do this, and explain it to them, I would go back and I would say, oh my goodness, look at how that caterpillar changed into a butterfly, or oh, look at what it was first before it was a caterpillar. What was it? Oh, right, they were eggs right before it hatched into a caterpillar. Or what did the caterpillar do so that it could turn into a chrysalis? What did it do? How much did it eat? It ate a lot. Or look at what happened after it was a chrysalis. It turned into a butterfly. So I would not just read the book and then have them do the assignment. I mean, you might even want to pull up a YouTube video geared towards kindergarten or first grade that kind of talks about the different life cycles of a butterfly. But this is a really, really good way to incorporate literature into a science lesson, because most kids really love a good read aloud, and it's a way to get them curious about what they're about to learn about. So this would be a great way to introduce the life cycle of a caterpillar, especially considering I actually taught kindergarten for 2 years, and so that is one of the things that we cover in kindergarten. And some of your kids may not be, they may not be your typical learner. They may be a little different from everybody else, and so they may need a different way to be introduced to what they're about to learn. So this would be a really, really great way to incorporate the life cycle of a butterfly. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I am interested to see what everybody else has to say. So thank you. Bye.